A quick and easy formula for this week, so let's get right into it. We're going to make a gentle hand wash, and the first ingredient I'm adding is glycerin. This is vegetable glycerin, and this is a humectant, and it'll also add a bit of viscosity to our formula. Then we're adding some distilled water. This is our solvent for other ingredients and a dilutant, and it adds to the base of the product. If you wanted, you could use a hydrolay instead. Then to add a bit of colour, I'm using one of these water-soluble liquid dyes from aromantic.co.uk, and this is really, really potent, so this is why I'm being very careful just to add 1 drop. Then you want to give that a good mix round to disperse the colour and just to make sure that the glycerin and the water are incorporated before we move on to our surfactants. For the surfactants, I'm using AOS 40, which is a mild cleansing anionic surfactant, and it has really good foaming and emulsification properties. And then I'm combining that with cocamidal propylbutane, which is an amphoteric gentle surfactant that will also help to thicken the formula and help with bubbles. As well as these, we're using glycerol oleate. This is a skin conditioning refatting agent, and what it will do is help the skin to not dry out from repeated washing. And then you want to give that a good mix. If you want to know how to calculate the active surfactant matter for your particular hand wash or body wash, then you can see the video I've linked below. We're doing this to be quite cleansing because we want a good hand wash because we're using our hands a lot during the day. Now, mix that really, really well. You'll see it is quite thin at this point, but we're now going to add our last ingredients, which are our preservative, which is Saligard PCG. This is a water-soluble broad-spectrum preservative, and it's really easy to use. It's tolerant of surfactants and a wide pH range, which is why I like to use it. And then, as well as that, I'm using Saccharide Isomerit Plus. This is a highly moisturising active that continues to work even after rinse off, so it makes it ideal for wash off products, and it's extremely moisturising and good for the hands. And then lastly, I'm adding a fragrance oil. The one I used was Peach from White Rose Essentials. This fragrance oil happened to thicken the hand wash, so you may not need to thicken it additionally, depending on your fragrance oil. It really depends on the one you use. This one thickened. If you don't have a fragrance oil that thickens, or you happen to have one that thins out your mixture, then because of the surfactants we've used, we can actually thicken this with salt. So what you would do is put it on the scale, tear your scale, and add the tiniest little bit of salt at a time until you reach the thickness you like. But be careful not to go too far, because if you add too much, it can actually go in the opposite direction. Then when you've finished and it's at the thickness / viscosity that you want, you can add it to your container of choice. Now this is going straight in our bathroom because we'd run out, so I'm just filling up our soap container, and then I'll show you the kind of lather we get from this. And you'll see the colour is quite light at the moment. The longer this sits for, the more transparent it goes. It's just that I've been mixing it up, so it's gone quite opaque. And you can see we get some lovely foam and bubbles with this formula. If you want the formula and recipe for this hand wash and to learn a little bit more about how to thicken with salt, how to adjust pH, etc., then that is all available on my Patreon, which is linked below, where I post 2 exclusive formulas every month and you can chat to me. I'm now going to clear up and do my washing up. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below if you have any questions, and thank you very much to everyone that watches. Thank you to my patrons, especially my VI patrons listed here, and I'll see you in the next one.